Greetings, people of the interwebs. Jake here, and with me is my co-host Jordan. And
hello, sir.
In this video, just the two of us, because Dave, I don't know what he's doing. And
they're pulling an April Fool's joke on us, I think.
Probably. And Richard, I guess, is asleep. We don't know.
That's our guess.
Yeah, that's our guess. Because as long as we've known each other, we have no idea what each other do in our free time. So this is our summer slash spring preview video. We're kind of just going down a list of some of the big blockbuster movies coming out like this spring and summer. I guess just like what we think about them, like whether we're excited about them or kind of just we're gonna pass on them. So let's start with I guess this April. Let's go with Hardcore Henry, since that's not a huge blockbuster, but I think it's an interesting movie just judging from like the trailer. That's so far, I guess, like in the first couple weeks of April, that's the only one that I'm kind of interested in. So I don't know, what are your thoughts on Hardcore Henry?
Yeah, initially, I think it looked kind of jumbled in a way, but I've seen the preview several times now, and I think it looks pretty good from some of the reviews I've seen. I've tried to stay away from them, but from what I've heard, it's gotten really good reviews so far, and it's bringing three different elements in a way to it. You got your video gaming world, you got the action movie world, and just the whole point of view.
Yeah, the first person.
That it's like that's what it reminds me of. A video game so much.
Yeah.
That's kind of the theme they're going for. But
yeah, because I know I first heard about the movie. I was watching Collider Movie Talk, and they brought up that it's like this first person perspective movie, and I was like, that's a really interesting premise. And I started to kind of hear more about it, and I was like, this will either, if it does well, then I think this will kind of usher in this new, maybe just style of filming where more people will be like, let's maybe do a first person
because
perspective.
we've had that shaky camera thing going on for several years with horror films, and that's getting kind of old if you ask me. So
definitely.
The way the trailer was presented, and it is, very much video game, and they're marketing it as a, sci-fi action film, and it's the guy, I think the director is Russian, from what I'm reading.
Not familiar with all he's done.
It's Russian American, what it says. I can't even pronounce his name.
Let me see. Ilya Naishuller.
He doesn't. You can't. He doesn't even have a thing on Wikipedia, so he's got to be pretty new.
Which, again, if this movie does well, which, again, I actually really like that trailer. So I wasn't really...
Yeah, the trailer sold me. The first time I saw it, I was like, okay, this could be just a jumbled mess. Yeah. But the probably second time, really, and then third time, it kind of sold me. I was like, I'm looking forward to this film.
At first, I guess, I'm a sucker for a good, music in a trailer, and so of course they have Queens Don't Stop.
It's just like Suicide Squad's latest trailer,
and that's what really sold me. I was like, okay, you're already off to a good start, but then as I started to watch the trailer, I'm like, this looks like this could be a fun, really entertaining movie. Maybe story.
Yeah, it's not going to appeal to everyone. Yeah. It's got that certain demographic. Obviously you're going to be looking for your teenage guy to our age, 30 years old range. So
I guess
it'll probably be like a 7.0 out of 10 on IMDb.
I guess my only concern is I don't want the movie to be too gimmicky on the first person perspective, which I don't think it will be. Just
the way they gave it out, I don't think it will be, and it probably won't be that long. Yeah, you don't want that type of movie to be long anyway.
No, maybe 90 minutes tops.
Yeah.
So I guess we'll move on down the list. So April 15th, we've got Jungle Book, which I know a lot of people are really stoked about the movie. They're kind of like, oh, it looks amazing, which it does. I'm not saying it looks bad.
It's got Bill Murray. How could it not be?
It has a great voice cast.
I'm looking forward to just hearing them.
But the trailers, although they do look good for me personally, I'm not it's not a movie that I'm like, oh, I have to go see it. I'll probably go see it at some point, but it's not one that I'm gonna go see opening weekend or go out of my way to go see.
It's gonna make a lot of money because it's a huge kid movie. Kids of today's age, our age, our parents. It's been around forever. So
animated Jungle Book movie, which is it's a classic.
Then almost forgotten, but really good was the 1994 live action
Is that the one where Sam Neill is in it?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
I
remember.
had that on VHS.
Yeah.
I remember watching all the time.
I like that movie. It's been a while
Yeah,
since
it's
I've
like
seen it,
it's
but-
kind of forgotten in a way.
Yeah, I don't know if it
Even
holds up
because
as well
I was actually
today.
trying to read about it. I think the other day, and just thinking about the new Jungle Book, and I was
Mhm.
trying to think what were the reviews when it came out, and it was
Yeah.
actually they were really positive, which
Hmm.
didn't surprise me because I liked it as a kid, but I haven't
Yeah.
watched it in 15 years, so I
Mhm.
didn't know if it was just me liking it as a kid or
Yeah.
if it would actually hold up today. So I'd actually kind of want to go back and watch that at some point. But I think the cast is A-list, B-list cast.
Yeah.
You've got Scarlett Johansson, Idris
Bill
Elba,
Murray,
Bill Murray.
Christopher Walken.
Yeah, I mean
I
that's
think really the only unknown actors like the little kid
is Mowgli,
Yeah,
and in
but-
the trailer says and introducing
yeah
whatever his name is.
So I mean, and again, not that like that was a big selling point of like, well, who's gonna play Mowgli?
No, yeah, that
'Cause
was
it-
that was probably the least of my concerns. And he's he's a little kid in this one,
Yeah.
whereas the '94 one, Mowgli's grown up.
Yeah. Although I will say, like, the movie in technical terms is gonna completely revolutionize the industry because they filmed all of this movie in like a Los Angeles like studio.
Oh, okay, I didn't know all that.
Yeah, like I don't think there were a whole lot of set designs. There might have been like some, but overall, like it was all made in like a studio. Which when I saw the trailer, I was like, that is phenomenal because it looks amazing. Even though it's all like computer animated, it looks so good. So I think this will be one of those movies where this is our first taste of like almost a completely, like not like a completely like CGI world without it being like a
George Lucas.
yeah, without being George Lucas or without being like a computer animated movie like Pixar movies.
Yeah.
Where it's this nice blend of.
I mean, the Disney Pixar world is just killing it right
Yeah.
now. So to see what they can do with live action as well,
Yeah.
which I think it's it's going to be a hit
Oh yeah, definitely.
because at the end of the day, it's Disney.
Yeah, and Disney.
They cannot do wrong right now.
No. And really, even if they did, like, even if like, let's just say this movie does bomb, who cares?
I mean, just look at Zootopia. It's like a 99% on Rotten
Yeah.
Tomatoes.
They could afford to take like probably 5 hits of just like constant bombs,
Yeah.
and they're just kind of like, whatever. We've already made like we've got a crap ton of money.
Let's touch on Criminal real quick.
Okay, Criminal.
They've been showing a lot of TV spots for it here
I
recently.
don't think
So
I've seen a trailer for it yet. So I guess.
yeah, well, it's your action thriller with some drama. It stars Kevin Costner, Gary Oldman, Tommy Lee Jones, Alice Eve, Gal Gadot,
Okay, now I know.
Wonder Gal herself.
Okay.
So yeah, this description right here just says films about an ex-con who is implanted with a dead CIA agent's memories to finish an assignment. Who is Ryan Reynolds?
Okay, yeah, now I know. Okay, yeah,
So-
I've seen the trailer for it.
If you're into action movies, I'm sure it won't disappoint.
Yeah.
It won't be 999 where it has a great cast and then just sucks. So
See, I didn't see that movie, but that's.
I was looking forward to that movie when I saw it, and it just was dull and didn't deliver. Like it's not terrible, but
Yeah.
for the cast and who all they had with it, and the it's kind of given as like that type of heist crime film, it just
Yeah, like the
it didn't
trailers
deliver. Yeah, that's why.
Really looked like. I mean, the cast alone is enough to make.
Yeah, that's
really
what.
most
That's
people
why.
see it.
That's why I don't think this will.
Which
Which Gal Gadot was in that as well, so I don't think she'll repeat the same mistake.
yeah.
But in terms of just your early springs, summer type action film,
Do you know who the director is for
it's
Criminal?
got
Like, is it someone of note?
Ariel Vroman.
Never heard of him, but I'm not.
I don't even know if I'm saying that right. Let's see what he's got. He's only directed a couple films: The Iceman, Danica, Jewel of the Sahara. Yeah, so he's kind of a
Never heard of those movies, but
43 years old, so he's young in the game. It looks pretty good for a typical action film. Don't expect it to be the best thing ever, but I like Kevin Costner a lot, and Tommy Lee Jones solid.
Right.
Gary Oldman's a very solid actor. So
like, put Gary Oldman in anything, even if it's a crappy movie, he
yeah, even if this it doesn't deliver, I think some of these actors individually can kind of keep it going.
None of them are really like actors that like to like phone it in movies. Like
No.
they usually
Yeah. This isn't.
always do.
They're
good.
not Bruce Willis today.
Yeah, poor guy. I don't know. the Huntsman Winter's War.
Yeah.
Because I didn't see the first one. I heard it's
Okay,
just
I will.
okay.
I'm in the minority on this. I liked the first one a lot more than everyone else did.
Mhm.
There was still things that was totally wrong with it.
Yeah.
And just like we were talking about actors that can carry movies, I think Chris Hemsworth
Mhm.
can kind of helped the first one out as much
Yeah.
as he could, and where this one's focused on him,
Mhm.
you know, I think it'll definitely be better than the first one. And Charlize Theron was really good in the first one.
Oh yeah.
And so she's returning.
And then they also brought in Emily Blunt and
Jessica
Chastain.
Chastain. Yeah,
So
the style they went with in the trailer, it's a little more loose and laid back.
Yeah.
You know, they weren't going hardcore drama and serious. In this one, I think they kind of want to get away from that first one. I think the way the trailer was presented won't totally be like that in the film. It'll still have that drama, but you know, they'll probably have a little more laughs here and there, and it's not Snow White's focus. You know, this is The Huntsman. It's a prequel to.
she wasn't sure.
I think, I don't know. They
Oh,
could have
whatever
changed it,
the-
but I'm pretty. From what I remember, it was supposed to be a prequel, and I still think they're going with that. But yeah, I think the thing with this film is it had so much negativity the first time. I don't know. I really don't think it'll do that great money wise.
I'd say it'll probably do fine.
It'll do fine, but I don't even know what the budget is like that. But
I mean,
it won't bomb, but
No.
it's not gonna.
I think it's got enough time in between Jungle Book because it comes out like the 21st. So it's got enough time like after Jungle.
I mean, it does have the advantage of not having to go against anything huge yet,
Yeah, not
because
until Civil
you
War
got
on May.
because the week after it'll win that too, I'm sure.
Yeah. There's really
Unless Ratchet and Clank makes a big run.
which I never played the games. People told me they're really good. But like I don't
I played a little bit. It was a fun game.
Yeah.
I think the movie can be kind of fun too. But in terms of that week, April 29th, I think Green Room looks pretty good. I think it's kind of flying under the radar. It's supposed to be like a horror thriller film. It's about a punk rock band that witnesses a murder at the venue,
Yeah.
and it's run by white supremacists.
Oh, that's the one with Patrick Stewart, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. See, I'm
He's the big name.
I'm curious to see this movie just because I don't think Patrick Stewart's ever really played.
Yeah, this
like,
is.
a
Yeah, it threw me off when I saw him in the trailer. I was like, "What?" Okay.
like I don't know if he's a villain type character, but he's definitely going to be a darker role in this movie. And again, that's something we haven't seen. It's just like
Yeah, so
why haven't we
this
seen
band's got to fight against these supremacists that
Yeah.
are trying to cover up this crime. So I think it's definitely unique. It's
Yeah.
not something we see all the time, and it's actually Hollywood
Mhm.
trying something new for once.
Yeah.
They're being unique in a way. So
Yeah, I feel like if this movie does well, like this could be at like almost a turning point in Patrick Stewart's career, where people are like, "Damn, why have we not cast him as a
yeah,
villain?"
because I was watching the trailer, I was like, "Oh, this looks pretty good," and then you just see Patrick Stewart pop. I was like, "Whoa!"
Yeah, it's like a white supremacist.
Like I was gonna see it already, but now that you've got Patty Stewart in there, let's get after it. So, and with that month, Green Room and Hardcore Henry, we see some new things that are being tried out. So at least, even if they don't even turn out to be that great or bomb,
I like that they're trying
I
something
like
different.
it's got some originality
Yeah,
to it, and then
just something we've really been lacking.
yes,
Then of course, like we said a couple minutes ago, Captain America: Civil War.
yeah, we
6.
already know kind of
It's
the
gonna be amazing. Pretty sure.
move along.
Let's see what else we got.
In terms of horror films, I think The Darkness could be kind of good. I believe it's that one with Kevin Bacon.
I don't know if I've
Trailer
heard
looked
of it
alright.
or seen anything about it.
I don't know a whole lot to talk about it, but
I mean, I'm not a big horror person, so it probably
yeah.
wouldn't be my kind of movie anyways. Although on the 20th, The Nice Guys with Russell Crowe and
Oh, yeah.
Ryan Gosling, directed by
Yeah, that looked funny. Shane Black.
Shane Black. That movie looks really good, and those are two actors that like I wouldn't think to see in a movie together. And also, Russell Crowe's not really done much in comedy, so I think it'll be really nice to see
Yeah, that is
Just
true.
just judging from the trailer, those two have really good chemistry.
Yeah.
So I want to see how this.
Yeah, it was
plays
funny.
out. Yeah.
I did like that. Yeah, Gosling, he's, that young 30-year-old hitter who's kind of showing his range.
Oh yeah. Like.
So, I mean, he's gotten out of his little notebook shadow
Yeah.
the last 5 years and really delivered some good films. So
Yeah, like drama, and again, this look like I think he's dabbled a bit in like maybe not so much like comedic movies. But
he's
like,
he's played a comedic character
Yeah.
in like dramas and romance films, to where he's got that natural. He can still be funny, kind of like Ryan Reynolds
Yeah.
used to have
Mhm.
back in his early days, and Jake Gyllenhaal, like we were talking about before we started up
Yeah.
here, but just
but
kind of
he
showing
also-
how good of an actor Russell Crowe is to bend his stick a little bit and
Yeah.
try something a little different.
I think this could be one of those things where like people are like, yeah, let's put Russell Crowe in more comedies. Which
Yeah, it could be.
He could be like one of those actors where he's a funny guy, but he's just never been able to showcase it. I know he's usually
His resume speaks for itself.
Yeah.
So
and maybe it'll kind of. I know he's kind of always had that like kind of hot temper, but maybe seeing him in like more of a lighter movie, it might be kind of bring a new look to him.
yeah, and
if it goes
as he's
well.
getting older, he's gonna want.
Yeah, can't do Gladiator.
Yeah, you can't
anymore.
keep doing that type of thing. So comedies are a little laid back, and
Yeah, less strenuous. You can kind of just take it easy.
so I'm looking forward to that one.
Let's see, Angry Birds. I think that's dumb that it's being made. Haven't seen any of the trailers. I've actually heard it looks okay. Or
Yeah,
it is.
I would have been totally against it just reading about it, but the trailer, it was kind of good.
Yeah.
I don't really want to admit it. It was kind of good.
I mean, that's what everyone keeps saying.
Yeah.
So
I like Jason Sudeikis.
Yeah. So I don't know. I might actually watch the trailer, and that might change
Yeah.
my mind. Now again, whether I'll actually see the movie in theaters or not, probably not.
I'm going to see Neighbors 2. I like the first Neighbors. Don't think it'll be as good as first one,
No.
but it's your typical raunchy college comedy.
Yeah.
So
Then on the 27th, we've got X-Men Apocalypse and Alice Through the Looking Glass.
Johnny Depp, baby.
Which Apocalypse I'm excited for. Look Through the Looking Glass, like I saw the first Alice.
I don't even know if I've seen that one.
It's okay.
Yeah.
Like it's not Tim Burton's best movie. I think he does better with like that stop motion animation rather than CGI. But I don't know.
It definitely has its audience demographic.
Yeah.
That'll
Like
do well for. So
Yeah. Let's see what else we got in June. Ninja Turtles Out of the Shadows, which I didn't see the first one. I heard it was actually okay if you go
Yeah.
in with like
Just
kind of
the new trailer for this one's pretty funny.
yeah.
So.
Like I saw this and I'm like
And you got the Green Arrow coming. So
yeah, and Krang
yeah, you get I actually think it'll be pretty good.
yeah because
Little popcorn flick.
yeah like I mean I was real big into the Turtles as a kid.
Yeah.
So I'll probably eventually see the first one, and I don't know if I'll see the second one in theaters, Out of the Shadows, but I'll probably see it at some point. But again, I'll never would have thought they would have brought Krang into a Ninja Turtles movie.
About time.
Now You See Me 2 could be good. Cause I actually like the first one. I know some people.
And the cast isn't bad either.
yeah, it's
so
got a really good cast.
the trailer looks pretty good. They didn't do any harm with it.
Yeah.
They didn't spoil anything,
I
and
mean, I don't think it needed a
they played it.
sequel,
Yeah, they
but-
played it safe. But hashtag money.
Yeah, money.
Conjuring 2. Looking forward to that one. That's if you're a horror guy. I don't see how you couldn't like the first Conjuring.
Haven't seen it, but I've heard it's
really-
actually one of the
yeah,
best modern horror movies.
This, before I saw The Witch, I saw The Witch earlier this year, and that movie was awesome.
Mhm.
It flew under the radar. I think it's actually coming out, kind of doing like a re-release in a way. I think tomorrow, as of this recording, they're showing it in more theaters. But that was a really, really good horror type film. But
Pretty
The
low
Conjuring,
budget, too.
yeah, and the first Conjuring a couple years ago was one of the best horror films I'd seen in years. So I was glad when they were making a second one, and the trailer's really scary. They had Annabelle in between that. That was supposed to be the prequel. It wasn't that great, so at least we're getting The Conjuring 2 to kind of help out. If you're not a horror guy, but you actually want to watch a good horror film, this would be in my top 5 list for you.
Because that's the thing. I'm not a big horror person, but if there's enough people that are like, no, you need to see
I would definitely,
good.
of the last 3 years, this and The Witch that came out this year would be my top 2 recommendations. The Witch really, it was advertised as horror, but it wasn't horror at the same time. It was almost like a dread film. You're just waiting the whole time, and it pays off at the end. But it's got that slow build up, but so much is going on.
I think I like that better than just like a horror movie. It's like, oh,
it's almost like if M. Night Shyamalan's Village was good, is what The Witch is.
Okay, I can get behind that. So in the 10th, we also have Warcraft, which I think looks like that could be really cool.
Yeah, I think of the regular Pasty Pale crew, I think us two are the most excited for it.
Yeah.
I'm really not that well versed in the Warcraft world, but just seeing that trailer and just the cinematic value it was going for looked kind of cool. And if it's anything like Gods of Egypt, it's going to be great.
I think it'll be better because Duncan Jones is a pretty good director, and I've not played the first. The only Warcraft games I played was the third one of the expansion, which was amazing. So I'm assuming that the Warcraft will follow more or less the storyline of the first game. And I actually did a trailer analysis like a few months ago. If you all want to check that out, shameless plugging. But yeah, I think I might be the most excited just because I've played the game. But again, visuals look really good. And again, it's got a pretty good.
Yeah, that's kind of what drew me in, was just seeing the visuals, and like I was saying, it could be a pretty cool film. I think if you see it in like 3D or IMAX.
And even though the cast,
I don't really think this is meant to be standard.
No,
it's fine if you see it in standard, but
yeah, but I think IMAX would probably be the best way to see it.
Take it up another level.
Yeah, and even though the cast is not like no A-listers, that's probably where they save most of their money. They are really talented actors, like Dominic Cooper, Travis Fimmel, who's in Vikings, really good show, really good actor. I think this could be.
Yeah, it's kind of that same format too.
I know Paula Patton's in it.
Okay.
Ben Foster, which he's one of those actors where, for whatever reason, he's never quite hit that threshold, but he's a really good actor. I know some other people of note are in the movie, but no household names.
And you're going to get all your video game nerds out to the theater, and even people that don't go to movies that are huge Warcraft fans are going to go see this.
And I hope the movie does well just for 2 reasons. One, to kind of hopefully open the floodgates to more fantasy-based movies, because fantasy is my favorite genre. And then 2, to finally get a good video game movie, because all of the ones in the past
That's
are
true.
like bad. Or they're just like okay at best.
Yeah, I'm not much of a gamer, but I think it's, speaks for itself. It kind of drew me in, because just reading about it or seeing that they were making it, I probably wouldn't have even, given 2 seconds of a thought about it, really. I'd just be like, okay.
I know there was a rumor for the longest time that this movie was getting made, and our good friend Cody, who we all know. I remember. It was years ago that he told me that they were making a Warcraft movie, and
you were probably like, whatever. She's like, well, my dad's friends with the director.
Kind of an inside joke. You all don't know who he is, but he's not a reliable source of information at all.
What are you talking about?
And so, naturally, I just dismissed him like, shut up, you're full of crap. But then I actually heard, because I think he probably knew I was skeptical, and he's like, look it up on my IMDb. So I'm like, all right. Whatever.
Imagine.
I'll humor you. So I looked up at my IMDb, and this was before I think they had a cast or anything, but it basically was like Warcraft, scheduled for 2016. I was like, what? He actually has some information.
This one's for you, Cody.
Yeah, hats off to you. Granted, I think the only reason he knew about it is because he's a World of Warcraft junkie, but still, I actually got.
It's getting made, and it doesn't look terrible.
Yeah,
so
it doesn't look terrible.
Let's hope for the best.
Let's see, June.
Finding Dory.
Oh yeah.
I can't believe it took him this long to make it.
Like I think the movie's
It's
gonna.
been
do
it's like a
well.
13-year sequel.
Yeah.
It's gonna do well.
But
It'll probably be good. It won't be Nemo,
No.
but you would think if something like that would have already been made. Like I feel like this
Yeah.
should be the third or fourth one, especially with kids movies today. How
Yeah.
they
It's-
get
also
remade.
with-
Like they're already making they're gonna make a Zootopia 2.
Oh, definitely. But I don't know. Then again, like with some
But then
Pixar movies,
true.
It takes them a while to make a sequel, like Toy Story,
And
Incredibles. Like I don't think we're getting a sequel to that until like 2019.
yeah, Nemo and Incredibles, they were early on in that
Yeah.
Pixar phase. Obviously, Toy Story is the high standard, but in terms of where Pixar started flushing films out once a year,
Yeah.
Finding Nemo was at the front of that. So
Yeah.
I can, in a way, I can kind of see why it took them a while, but
And I'd say if it was,
it is hard
any-
to 13 years though.
and probably for any other company that like when they try to make like a sequel after like 10 plus years, it usually doesn't go that well. But since it is Disney and Pixar, and Dory was like it's a really popular character, I think it'll do well,
Oh yeah,
even though it's been like 13 years. Then the 24th we've got Independence Day Resurgence. Speaking of sequels that have been like overdue,
yeah.
It
I
was-
think you're gonna have to see this one in IMAX to enjoy it.
It
I
looks like
don't-
a fun, dumb movie.
yeah.
I thought it was a little weird that they, which I mean, from what I heard, they killed off.
I'm tired of this trailer, by the way. I've
Yeah.
seen it way too many times.
Like, I think Will Smith's character is dead, but I think the reason why he's dead in the movie is because apparently he wanted to be in it, but like scheduling.
Oh, don't worry. They'll have Jaden Smith show up in it halfway through.
But it's also possible since presumably we don't see him. I think so. If we don't see his character die on screen, it's possible he could come back in the third one because they probably will make a third one. Maybe another 10 years or 20 years down the
Probably.
road. So they replaced him with Baby Thor, Liam Hemsworth.
Yeah.
So we'll,
I know we've talked in the past. I hope he can kind of find his niche here, post Hunger Games, and maybe.
yeah, I mean, he's done movies.
I mean, he's made a lot of money with his
Oh,
movies, but
He does need to kind of like establish himself.
and
as
he's
a-
done a lot of indie films that he isn't terrible in. It's just
Mhm.
they're small budget and no
Yeah.
one ever sees them.
Yeah,
So the only thing people know him from are Hunger Games
yeah.
and the last song with Miley Cyrus. So
Didn't even know.
yeah, it's like
that was a movie.
that's what got him famous because they started dating after that.
Okay.
But I'm hoping this
Always
can
wondered if
kind
they
of
liked each other.
this can well, there's a history lesson for you. But kind of hoping this can help him in a way
Mhm.
get on track because I mean he's still young. He's like 26.
Yeah, so basically our age.
About the age his brother was when he came over to America for Thor and whatnot. But I think he has talent and
Mhm.
potential. So
Just needs the right role.
yeah.
Let's see, July releases. I don't think I'm really that excited about any of the July ones.
I hope Tarzan's not bad.
I saw the trailer for it, and it looks like it could
The
be.
trailer's yeah. I
fine.
don't want to be duped by the trailer. It wasn't
Yeah.
outstanding, but it wasn't terrible. It's Skarsgård,
Margot
Margot
Robbie.
Robbie, Sam Jackson.
Yeah,
So
pretty good cast overall.
yeah,
Um,
it's been a while since we've had Tarzan on screen.
yeah, so yeah, could be good.
And we got Jungle Book a few months earlier. We should need to get all this. You got to remake Congo, get another King Kong. It's just Planet of the Apes.
Yeah,
It's Year of the Apes.
I mean, why not? Let's see, Ghostbusters. What do we think about Ghostbusters?
Skeptical. Not totally against it. Still skeptical. I forget which trailer it was. They do throw some Easter eggs out there
Mhm.
because I think you can see wherever they are, you can see old movie posters.
Yeah.
So that I think they have to go back in time at some point. So that could be kind of fun.
That would be interesting if that did happen, just to change it up a little bit.
Yeah, I think if they can, if the story and the plot's good enough,
Mhm.
I think it can outweigh some of other problems we think there might be.
Yeah. Because I feel like I didn't hate the trailer, but it didn't do anything for me.
No.
Either. But I'm also...
And to think how culturally Ghostbusters was such an impact on people.
Yeah, although I'll be honest, I never had that. Like Ghostbusters is fun.
Yeah,
it wasn't one of those like.
Had we been kids in the '80s, it could have been different.
I mean, even early '90s is still.
Yeah.
Kind of like. It was still kind of our like. There are even people from our generation that love Ghostbusters.
Oh yeah, I think it's held to such a high standard comedy-wise. So like, even if you've never even seen the originals, it may not be what you thought it was just because it's been held in such high regard. I mean, I still think it's a great movie. It's not the best comedy in my opinion, but it's really holds near and dear to a lot of 80s people, and it's it's been talked about for years that they would either do a Ghostbusters 3 or a reboot or something.
Well, I feel like it would have been better if it was just a continuation of the original Ghostbusters than a reboot. Which I get that like their logic is kind of like, well, we want these like women to like stand out their own and not have to like ride off the coattails of the original cast. Which I get that
shows how much Hollywood's progressed. Let's make them all girls.
Yeah, which I get that perspective, but at the same time, it's like just make a continuation. I just feel like it would be better.
At least we get Thor.
Yeah, which. Oddly enough, they didn't even really advertise him in that first trailer. I saw him more in like the second one.
Yeah.
But that first one, you just see him like walking down a hallway. It's like, why are you not advertising that Chris Hemsworth in this?
He has almost the same walk as Liam in the Independence Day trailer. It's like
maybe that's a Hemsworth walk.
Yeah.
It's their family gene pool. Star Trek Beyond, I'll probably go see. It didn't look great from the trailer, but. I like that it does seem like
it didn't feel Star Trek-y.
No, but I do. One thing that did make me feel better is I think Simon Pegg wrote most of the script. Like, he's one of the head writers of it, and he's a big
little guy named J.J. Abrams was a little busy at the moment. So
with that small indie film, Star Wars?
The Awakened Force.
Yeah, the Awakened. Something with stars and Awakening. I don't know. Someone was taking a nap, I guess.
But it does have some good things going for it. I liked the first Star Trek a lot.
Yeah.
The second one was still pretty good. It was Wrath of Khan.
Yeah.
So it was a remake, but
more or less.
I think Star Trek Beyond can be better than the last one.
Yeah. I think that's.
And I like this series, this type of franchise Star Trek's doing, because it kind of got me interested in Star Trek. I was never much of a Trekkie growing up. Not to say I'm a Trekkie now, but I definitely got more interested and started watching more of the TV shows, and
I mean,
as a result of it. So
I grew up watching like the original, and more in particular, Next Generation.
Yeah, Next Generation was I did watch that as a kid.
But again, that was more our generation, like late '80s, early '90s.
I remember after seeing the first Star Trek in '09, going back and watching a lot of the old episodes with Shatner, and
I did that too with like my brother and dad. They're more into Star Trek than I am. I'm more Star Wars.
Yeah, as you should be.
Because it's better. I'm sorry. I think it's better.
It is.
And then the Jason Bourne movie, which, I'll be honest, I have not seen any of the Jason Bourne movies.
Come on, man.
I've seen like bits and pieces.
You grew up in the 2000s, right?
They're those movies that like I've been meaning to watch and just haven't sat down and watched them.
Okay, yeah, they're those action movies. It's like you'll get around to them eventually.
So
they're fun. They're good.
Yeah, I'll watch them.
Like
eventually.
Lethal Weapon was in the 80s and 90s. We have Jason Bourne in the early 2000s, and now they're.
And I guess he's kind of our James Bond, more or less.
A little bit. Well, I like Matt Damon, so.
Yeah, he's a good actor. Then of course August, Suicide Squad.
Yeah. Looking forward to that.
Yeah. Needless to say, we're pretty pumped about that. Sausage Party.
Did you watch that trailer?
I did.
The Red Man?
Yeah. See, when I first heard about this being like a R-rated animated movie, I'm like, I don't know. But then I saw the trailer.
Well, there was that awful one that came out last year. I haven't even seen it. I forget what it was called, but it was like a adult animated film, and it just got awful reviews. Yeah. So it's like, hopefully, Sausage Party can.
Well, it's got really good people involved in it.
Yeah.
Like I know Seth Rogen.
The one that last year I'm trying to think of. I'll look it up. Wasn't that bad of a cast either, but.
But like again, the premise for this movie, like when I heard it, I was kind of like, I don't know, this doesn't sound like. Like, I think if it was like a kids movie, it'd work. And I do like the fact that it opens.
Well,
like this very...
and all of them have done kids animation
Yeah.
stuff in the past, so I was kind of thinking it was going to be one of those.
Yeah. But then, like, when I heard the movie is called Sausage Party, I'm like, that doesn't sound like a name for a kid movie.
Hell and Back. That's what that one movie was called. It had Nick Swardson, Mila Kunis, T.J. Miller, Rob Riggle, Danny McBride, Susan Sarandon. So it's like,
It's pretty good.
wasn't
cast.
that? Yeah, but I heard it was just terrible. Anyway,
But yeah, like I really like the trailer for that, and
I'm a big fan of like Rogan and
Oh, yeah.
Jonah Hill and like that Judd Apatow.
I think
Theme of-
Apatow's involved.
Yeah,
He's a producer. Or something
Yeah,
like
it's
that.
like I'm a fan of his type of comedy, so I
Yeah.
think this will be really funny.
Did you see the trailer for Ben-Hur?
Yeah, I did see that
What'd you think
trailer.
of it?
It looked pretty good.
I don't know. Like
I don't know if it will be good.
I don't
I'm
think-
kind of.
I kind of don't think.
I think it's one of those things where the trailer looks good, but
Mhm.
we're seeing all the good stuff in the trailer.
Yeah, because the original
Is like
a-
4 hours.
but it's an amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing.
I mean, it's
movie.
regarded. It's always in your top movie list wherever you look.
Because I think that movie was like in the like,
50s.
50s,
I believe.
Yeah, I figured it was like late 50s or 60s.
Yeah, may have been early 60s.
That's one of those movies where I think that it was ahead of its time with like just everything. Like
1959.
1959, like the chariot race.
3 hours, 44 minutes.
That in of itself is innovative for its time. To have like that long of a movie, and it's
Yeah.
so well done.
Movies like back then were kind of like that. Like the
Yeah.
Ten Commandments is like 4 hours.
Yeah.
Too.
But again, like that, and it holds up pretty well too to this day.
Yeah.
So I guess maybe that's just the problem. It didn't need a remake.
I think it's one of those. The trailer looks good. I just don't think it'll translate.
No.
I mean,
Like,
I want it to, but I just don't. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. It might do fine, but I don't think it'll do great. Let's see.
It's really it for August in terms of.
Yeah, nothing else that really.
Yeah, but
catches
then
my
we've got the
attention.
fall, so I think that pretty much wraps it up in terms of summer.
Yeah, and really, I don't even think there's anything else that comes out remotely interesting for me personally until November.
Well, October's always supposed to be kind of the dead man's movie month.
Yeah, usually like September, October.
It's like in years past, the only thing that's really been great was Gone Girl, because that was early October.
Yeah.
They-
That's kind of what like got more people on board with Ben Affleck is
Yeah,
Batman.
that's really what cemented it for me and fellow co-host Dave. So
Yeah, because if you watched, I think one of our podcasts, like I don't know, like, over a year ago, like we talked about like when Ben Affleck first got casted.
may have been during our movie thing,
It might have been.
because it was my number one film for 2014.
Well, I think even before that, I think we just did a podcast all about like on DC.
Oh, yeah.
I think. So
Yeah.
That was probably more like
That-
2 years.
I remember
ago.
that too.
Uh,
Yeah, like a year and a half.
I don't remember. I don't know if you were there. I think that might have been before we brought you on. I don't remember exactly when it was.
I think I did that one.
Okay. Maybe we've done several.
Yeah, because
times.
Gone Girl came out in the fall, and then
Mhm.
like a month later is when I started coming on
Yeah.
regular.
Officially became
regular,
paper
so.
trail.
I remember Dave talking about it several times. So.
Yeah. But yeah, none of us were a fan of it, but my God, am I so glad he, like,
Batfleck
Yeah.
fever.
yeah, I'm proud to say I liked him as Batman Bruce Wayne.
So outside of the comic movies, how do you feel about the upcoming summer?
Pretty good. Like, a lot better than last year. Last year was kind of a letdown for me.
Last year wasn't that great overall. Just as a whole, like there was obviously we got Star Wars. Creed
Yeah.
was a great film, and a couple others sprinkled in there. Like
Mhm.
you could find 5 to 10 really good movies, but just overall consistency wise,
Not very good.
Yeah,
Whereas, I think it was the year before that, it was just like, there'd be like
Yeah.
2 movies almost every month where it's kind of like, bam.
Summer
bam, bam,
14 was
bam.
really good.
Oh, yeah.
And now this year it started out kind of slow, like almost every winter does.
Mm-hmm.
But really, once we have gotten into the swing
Mm-hmm.
of spring and get ready for summer, I think we can find a lot of good contenders.
Oh, yeah, comic just this year alone is going to be great for comic book movies because we already
Oh
started.
yeah,
off
we've got
Deadpool.
6 of them.
Deadpool was a great way to start it off. And
They did awake in February.
They really
Thank
did.
you.
And I think more studios will start looking at February as like, we might.
Well, that's
actually be
what
able to-
Gambit I think wants to do now. They're like going for January 18 or 17, 18. Yeah, because
Okay.
they got pushed back.
Twice.
Yeah, and then they gave them like end of 2017, and then they gave them another option of January 18. And I think they took January because they're trying to go off Deadpool's coattails.
Like, here's how I see that going because
This keeps getting pushed back, so
Yeah. And January's usually the dumping ground for movies.
slowly fading.
So either one, they have no confidence in this movie, and that's why they're going for January, or two, they're maybe not super confident, but they're like, it's January, and it's superhero. It'll have. nothing
I
to
kind of
compete
would
against.
like to see a superhero movie in January, just
Yeah.
because. And if it's gonna suck, you might as well have it be Gambit.
Yeah. So I mean, I don't know. I can see it being either way. And again, even if the movie is complete garbage, it's like it fits in January because January is the dumping ground for movies. And even if it isn't that good, it'll probably still do well because it is January and people are like, yeah, I guess I'll do some Gambit. Which Gambit's a cool character. I don't know.
How will it translate?
I don't
You've
know.
got to have a lot of things go right.
And so
Which
far,
that's
it's-
a whole nother discussion, really.
Yeah, and
but
it's not started off right, but yeah, that could be a whole nother discussion. But
I think overall, spring, summer look pretty good. As long as you, if we just went through the list, we can find at least 1 to 2 good movies a week coming out.
Yeah.
So,
and again, like it seems like now it's starting this new trend of the blockbuster season starts in like March.
I mean,
April.
it did this year.
Yeah.
So,
Batman v Superman started off in March.
end of March, get ready for
Then-
April. Then
April, we've got Jungle
just
Book.
6 weeks later, you've got Civil War.
Yeah.
Then
So-
at the end of that month, X-Men. So,
So it might start getting to the
It's
point
gonna be
where
good.
Blockbuster will be.
especially with DC coming in now.
Oh yeah.
So you've got DC and Marvel.
And they're
Just
starting
give us 1 a month. I'll be happy.
Yeah, and they're starting to do like not just summer movies anymore because Doctor Strange this year comes in November.
Yeah.
I think next year.
Yeah, there's usually no
Justice League
November
Part
stuff.
1, I think in Thor Ragnarok come out in November next year.
Okay. Yeah, Thor 2 was November, I believe.
Yeah. So I think it's one of those things where the blockbuster season is getting crowded. So they're like, well, nothing else.
Yeah,
really
I like
comes
that
out in
because,
November.
yeah, like we just said, September and October really aren't much for movies. So
Yeah.
if you could sprinkle in a hero film, I think it could, really keep people out going to the theater.
Yeah, it doesn't even have to be like the huge blockbuster ones. They could do like the Deadpool budget ones. Like, Gambit I don't think needs to be, I think last I checked it was like 50 million.
Yeah.
It's like, no, Gambit does not need a budget that size. Give it a Deadpool budget and there you go.
Let it work its magic.
Yeah, let it work its magic, and it probably, even if it flops, which it's looking like it probably will, you'll lose less money that way instead of giving it a massive budget. But yeah, I think we're coming to a close on this video, and hopefully you enjoyed this. Feel free to subscribe to the channel.
We'll do a fall one
Yeah,
if you all liked it.
Yeah, we'll do a fall one, and probably at some point we'll do like our anticipated.
Try to follow up on these
Yeah.
movies if we go see them.
Yeah,
I'll probably see the majority of them, so
Yeah.
I'll try to review them.
So if not as a group collectively, we'll be reviewing them. Jordan will definitely see most of these movies and be posting his reviews. So thanks everyone, and until next time, cheers.